Boom shakalaka, with markets back to pre-pandemic levels and arguably the worst cryptocurrency market we have ever had. Today's video, we're going to be taking a look at why things are looking great for Bitcoin and the one thing worse than keeping your money in cash. Stay tuned. What's up, everyone? Randall here from Crypto Love. Today's video, we're taking a look at a lot of very interesting charts for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, including this one by Willy Woo at the end. The one thing worse than keeping your money in cash. The answer may just surprise you. Now, before we get into it, make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell, come join us on Twitter at Crypto Love. Push that like button. And today, fear at 27. Pretty close to sideways from the past few days. The overall market, though, almost exactly sideways for like the last week. Look at Bitcoin, pretty much a stable coin at this point. Bitcoin at 16,842, Ethereum at 1219, BNB at 246, XRP 34 cents, Dogecoin 7 cents, Cardano 25 cents, and Polygon 80 cents. Now, be cautious because oftentimes very, very large moves happen after we have sideways price action. Will that be up? Will that be down? Well, let's take a look. Right now, Bitcoin is sitting at the 78.6 fib from the FTX price crash numbers. Now, that being said, it is underneath the orange, yellow, and green line, the 20, 50, and 100-day moving averages, well within this wedge we're in right now, inside of a larger descending wedge, and underneath the June lows. So at this point, it looks like there's a lot of things potentially pushing Bitcoin price down, but we kind of have to see because there are some very interesting things going on right now. For instance, right now, a large number of investors have been bracing for the impact in 2022 as the fund flows have drastically moved up. We've actually gone back. The U.S. market has reached its pre-pandemic levels relative to U.S. GDP. Not looking that good. And if we take a look here on the monthly average gains or losses, this is arguably the worst year for Bitcoin. Now, maybe not in terms of the average markdown per month, maybe not in terms of the total markdown for the year, but in terms of the number of red months. This is the only year we have had 8 red months, except for 2018, which had 9 red months. But arguably, this one stinks. Now, that being said, a lot of people are saying, hey, well, it's a year bear market already. TechDev here actually saying, you know what, Bitcoin actually topped in April of 2021, in his opinion, as we can see right here. It's more obvious when we take a look at Litecoin structure, which is orange, which had the parabolic top in April and then the distributive top in November. So we've actually had more likely a year and a half correction at this point. A year and a half from the top in 2014, we were already down at the bottom already, suggesting that maybe, well, we might be headed towards higher highs. As a matter of fact, right now, the Williams %R indicator indicating we are in massive accumulation time. So you may want to start stocking that Christmas tree and stockings with some Bitcoin instead of little tchotchkes and whatever else you put in there. Now, interesting patterns for Bitcoin, the large cup pattern and the small cup. So Bitcoin likes to have a large cup and a small cup, kind of like double fisting, but you know, you have a large and a small cup. It has a small cup, large cup, small cup, large cup, small cup, large cup, small cup, large cup. Well, we're down towards the bottom of that large cup, meaning we would come back up to that large cup and then we would have a small cup after that. So, could be very interesting as we complete the second half of this cup, because the second half of the cup is all up, and if it rhymes, it's got to be true. Now, also, there's this 3-step structure for Bitcoin going down. We have the peak, then we have the red step, the yellow step, and the green step. The green step is very sideways, as we've been having recently. Massive rallies often follow towards the upside. Not only that, but Bitcoin we found, and when I say we, I mean TechDev, has found to be very correlated to the Chinese 10-year comparative with DXY. When we take a look at this, it predicts not only the peaks in price, but also the troughs in price. We can see that very accurately picked out peaks and troughs in the price. Now, you call the probability on the risk reward on this in terms of where Bitcoin could be headed, but it's likely that Bitcoin's headed up after this. We've just had this very interesting pattern that When Bitcoin breaks above the SSL band, which is this green and red band right here, this pattern looks very, very similar to what happened in 2015. So we had that blow off top, which would have been correlated with the first top back in April of 2021. Okay, then Bitcoin price falls underneath this band, which had already happened. Then part one, we have a breakout from the band, which we had breakout from the band. Part two, the band turns green. Part two, the band turns green. Part three, sideways price movement, check and check, because we're definitely having sideways price movement today. Before part four, what's that? Oh, markup, where the price goes up massively. So we are 1, 2, 3 checks into this 4-check process. Soon we should have that markup territory, because we are in a giant descending wedge right now, generally bullish patterns. Okay. Last time we had a descending wedge, well, there was a nice run up, and then we had a pandemic, and an even nicer run up after that. Well, we have a giant wedge and a black swan. Well, potentially we might have a massive run up after that, bringing us to the last very, very interesting chart. The one thing worse than actually holding your money in USD, most coins, this is from Willy Woo, and he always posts these things in the bottom of the bear market, which is like, no duh. But if he would have posted this at the top of the bull market, everybody would have torn him apart. But that being said, most coins underperform keeping your money in cash. The dotted line, which is this line right here from the top across to the side, shows USD. Anything above this line means it has underperformed USD. Now, all these teeny little dots, all these black dots look like a smudge right here. These are all the coins. So all of these have underperformed USD. There are a few coins that have actually overperformed USD, but the vast majority have underperformed USD. You're better to hold USD than to randomly buy a coin in the crypto casino. USD is not the ultimate shitcoin. Thousands of coins are worse. And just to give you reference, this solid line across the center, the 0 line, or the 1 line right here, this is actually Bitcoin. So a lot of coins do worse than USD. A lot of coins do worse than Bitcoin, especially as the market starts to tank. So that's all for today's episode. If you did enjoy it, push that like button. I'll catch you guys later. Have a good one. Love you. Peace.
If you don't think Bitcoin's going to $1 million a coin and then $10 million a coin, you're already a loser.